A pleasant day, everyone. We'll be sharing our insights on the things we learned. And starting with lesson one, I've learned that tourism is a multi-sectoral industry which encompasses diverse stakeholders, which acts as an economic driver and connector of people and culture that shapes communities, generate jobs, and fosters intercultural understanding. However, it also brings challenges. This includes over-tourism, resource depletion, environmental degradation, and gentrification. And through the lens of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, tourism's purpose is not only for leisure, but also to promote decent work and economic growth, responsible consumption and production, and climate action. And apart from it, the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism also emphasizes respect for the environment and local cultures. And this calls on travelers, communities, and industry to act responsibly and ethically. And reflecting on these lessons, I realized that sustainable and ethical tourism isn't just an industry trend, but it's a shared responsibility. And as stewards, we are called to ensure that every destination we promote benefits not just the destination itself, but both the people and the planet.
Challenges is always linked to something great. In this case, tourism. You will even be surprised with the interconnectedness between tourism and contemporary global issues. Imagine standing in Venice, watching centuries of history drown beneath the rising tide, or walking through Boracay, where it once closed for healing. These scenes remind us that tourism is more than just travel. It's a mirror reflecting our world's biggest challenges: climate change, inequality, conflict, and technology. Tourism contributes nearly 10% of the global economy. Yet, it's also vulnerable. Climate change threatens islands, wars empty cities, inequality leaves locals behind while corporations profit. Even technology, while connecting us, can create over-tourism and digital divides. But these challenges also awaken change. Through responsible travel, community-based tourism, and innovations that protect the people and the planet. This is why Sustainable Development Goals and Global Code of Ethics for Tourism are made. They safeguard the environment by implementing policies and goals to end those challenges and guide the stakeholders for sustainable tourism development. And with that, allow me to end my discussion by saying, in every climate threat, every cultural tension, and every innovation, tourism finds both a challenge and a chance. The question is not whether we can adopt, but whether we can lead. And as global citizens, we must. Thank you so much.
Tourism and conflict, a topic that reminds us how fragile yet powerful tourism can be. So now, let us discuss it. Tourism often thrives in peace, but collapses in chaos. Wars, terrorism, and political instability don't just hold flights, they shatter livelihoods and dreams. As Winston Churchill once said, in the midst of chaos, there is also an opportunity. And in tourism, that opportunity is peace building. When war zones quiet down, tourism becomes a bridge for reconciliation, a tool for healing and understanding, just like at Rwanda, where genocide memorial tourism helped rebuild unity, or at the Northern Ireland, where post-conflict tours turn history into dialogue. This connects directly to the SDG 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions, which promotes peaceful and inclusive societies. Through responsible and ethical tourism, we contribute to this goal by fostering dialogue, respect, and mutual understanding among people. It also aligns with the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, particularly Article 1, which emphasizes that tourism should promote tolerance, human rights, and peaceful among nations. Reflecting on this, I realized that tourism is more than just leisure. It's resilience in motion. It teaches us empathy, hope, and power on human connections. As the saying goes, travel is fatal to prejudice. Indeed, every journey can be a small step toward peace.
Continuing to Unit 3, Climate Change and Tourism. This unit highlights how tourism is both a victim and a contributor to the climate crisis. We learned that our popular destinations are under severe threat from rising sea levels, extreme weather, and biodiversity loss. At the same time, the industry's massive reliance on air travel and energy consumption generates significant carbon emissions. But the good news is, tourism can also be part of the solution. By promoting climate-smart tourism, we can adapt through resilient infrastructure, diversify tourism offerings, and engage local communities in sustainable practices. This strategic path directly supports UN SDG 13 climate action and SDG 11 sustainable cities and communities by driving emissions reduction and protecting critical heritage sites. It also aligns perfectly with GSET Principle 3, which mandates environmental sustainability and responsible operations. Ultimately, the central lesson of this unit is clear. Sustainable tourism transcends protecting individual sites. It is about ensuring the preservation of our planet for future generations. Thank you so much.
Unit 4, Biodiversity and Ecotourism. Biodiversity is what makes many destinations worth visiting. our coral reefs, forests, mountains, and wildlife. It supports livelihoods, local culture, and the identity of communities. When nature is healthy, tourism benefits. But tourism can also harm biodiversity when it's not managed well. There are well-known cases in the Philippines, such as temporary rehabilitation of Boracay and the issues in whale shark tourism in Oslo, Cebu, where human activity placed too much pressure on natural ecosystem. This reminds us that tourism depends on nature, so damaging it affects everyone in the long run. This is where ecotourism becomes important. It focuses on three main principles: protecting the environment, involving local communities, and educating visitors. This supports the UN Sustainable Development Goals, especially SDG 14, Life Below Water, and SDG 15, Life on Land, and follows the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, which promotes sustainability, cultural respect, and shared responsibility among travelers and tourism stakeholders. At the end of the day, tourism should not only enjoy nature, it should help protect it. Again, we are the Group 5. Tourism thrives when nature survives.